Wansdyke is a Dark Ages fortification that goes from Bristol all the way over to Marlborough, on the eastern edge of Wiltshire, and it's sub-Roman. General Pitt Rivers did a dig and found a bit of Samian ware. It's either Roman or sub-Roman. It doesn't. A lot of speculation about the Wansdyke doesn't make much sense. Who was it protecting? Who from? So there was the British were to the south. The Anglo-Saxons were in the Thames Valley. But why this far south? The ditch is on the north side, so we know the enemy was to the north. But why not have the barrier further north? The three kings of Cirencester, Gloucester, and Bath were defeated in 577 AD, I believe, and that would make sense to then build a fortification below Bath to say, yeah, you've got this far, but you're not going any farther. But that doesn't make much. That doesn't make it, immediately after the Romans or during the Roman period, because 577 is like 167 years after the Romans left. So, but it is to be king of Bath, Cirencester, and Gloucester does suggest that something Roman existed about them. So there is, though from about 390 onwards, Britain became mostly aceramic, i.e., the manufacture of metal and ceramic came to an end. There's nothing to say that Samian ware couldn't have been imported. But anyway, this is all speculation. But yes, it's a beautiful. What it means to us now is a beautiful earthwork that goes across a very beautiful part of Wiltshire. There's another part over by Bristol. Then there's a gap between Bath and sort of Carn area, and then a very beautiful area where grassland with grassland wildflowers and kites, predatory birds. There's also kestrels there, butterflies and so on. So it means a lot to us as something to walk alongside and feel like you're close to our ancestors, our history. But there's a lot we just don't know about. There is a possibility. I mean, the likelihood at the moment is that it is sub-Roman. A remnant of some idea of British civilization was maintained, and this was its demarcation. But it's possible that it was the Wessex Saxons against the Mercian Saxons, but it's more likely to be British, and thus sort of throws us up against nationhood ideas. The birth of nations is very often mythology, and liberal people, and I include myself in that, very much realise that these nationhood myths don't stand up against science. There doesn't seem to be very much science to prove any of this, but that idea of the romantic idea of a brave British civilization fighting barbarism, a glorious defeat, fits very much into the way we can easily think of ourselves. A sort of defiant glory in defeat. these banks behind me are the Wansdyke, and there's a ditch in front, and it goes on behind me there. And there is no doubt that these ditches and banks are military installations. They're not just demarcations or boundaries. Though interestingly enough, people think that it's on an old Bronze Age boundary, much beefed up. But the question remains, why did they miss out so much when they were building the Wansdyke? So they didn't. It seems quite a very defensive way to set up a boundary. It just misses Bath. They've given Bath away to the opposition. We know where the enemy are. It's because it's to the north where the ditch is. You don't make your own people climb down a ditch. But so it gives away Bath. It gives away the River Avon. It gives away Avebury. Then why that would be important to. Well, we know it was important to the Romans, and this is probably sub-Roman. Pitt Rivers dug it, and he found a bit of Samian ware, so we know this is probably built by the Romans or the people that came after the post-Romans, the British people that struggled on afterwards. So the Wansdyke is a very enigmatic monument, and we've got another enigmatic monument behind me. If you can just make out that perfectly square enclosure there. We don't think it's Roman, but it was only really the Romans that did square enclosures. There's a circular thing within it as well, which we don't really know what it is. It's it's possibly Iron Age. You do get very, very square enclosures that aren't Roman, that are Iron Age. There's another one nearby. As for what its function is, nobody knows, or I haven't seen anything that explains it. But anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra for now.